Hey guys, welcome back. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. First, I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with the Morphe eyelid primer, and then I'm just going to blend that into my eyelids with my fingers. So far, so good. I've been really enjoying this primer. I think it does help keep my eyeshadows intact for the most of the day. We're going to jump into the Zodiac palette here and pick up the Taurus shade. And we're gonna blend this into the crease with with a fluffy blending brush, and then just begin to work this into the transition shade from outer corner to inner corner. This is such a beautiful transition color. It really worked out for this look. Then jumping into the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia, we're picking up this beautiful like mauve purple pinkish color, and we're going to blend that into the crease to build it up. I do take this color just a tad bit higher than I normally would, but I really enjoyed how this look came out with this color there. Next, we're going to pick up the Mulberry shade in the Soft Glam palette, and this is on a Morphe R39 brush, and we're going to begin to type line, I guess, the crease with this color. So go from outer corner to inner corner, just working your way through the crease, really building up that color. We definitely want the mulberry shade to show through with all the other colors. So just begin to deepen the crease up and work your way up as you have little to no product left over. I really enjoyed this look, how it came out, and I think the red just intensified it a lot more. Then just going back in with a bluffy, why do I want to keep calling it a bluffy? A fluffy blending brush, and just blending out all those colors because we did put a lot there, so we definitely want to make sure there are no harsh lines and everything is nice and effortless. So go ahead and just keep blending your life away. Then we're jumping back into the Zodiac palette and picking up the Virgo. I'm taking this brush on a very tight, pointed brush. This is the one by e.l.f. and just begin to focus this color on the outer crease. I do just go a little bit ham on the outer crease with this color, and then as we work our way, we're just going to build up that color and make sure it's nice and brown. Jumping into the Dream Street palette here, I'm going to pick up this gorgeous pink gold shimmer shade, and I'm going to pick it up onto my fingers. This shade with this lid color, honestly, the freaking best lid shade ever. It is so metallic and so shimmery. It's amazing. It honestly reminds me of her Supernova shadows that she had with this collection as well. This beautiful like rose gold metallic color. It is absolutely a dream, and it's beautiful when you blend it out with your finger. Absolutely gorgeous. Then I'm just going to go back in with that brush here, no extra product on it just yet, and begin to just blend out the lid shade and the outer corner shade as well, just to make sure that crease is nice and blended. And then here we are going back in with the Virgo shade and just blending again the lid color in the outer corner as well, making sure once again there are no harsh lines and we have everything nice, blended, and smooth. I'm going to jump back into the mulberry shade here with the same brush that I was using to apply it, and we're just going to deepen up that crease color. As I mentioned before, I really wanted this mulberry shade to pop out, so that's why I went back in with it a little bit just to make sure it stands out and we didn't lose it in transition. Brows are on. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into the face, priming my face with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This smells absolutely divine. It is insane. I think it's the agave, and I keep saying it every time just because it literally smells like a freaking dream. It holds my foundation, my powder, my concealer in lock and in place. I typically use this when I have like a full day of running errands or a night out or date night or anything like that because I know my makeup will not budge and will not move throughout the day. It is absolutely amazing. And then for foundation today, we're going to go in with the Kat Von D Lock It Foundation. And I'm just going to begin to apply this onto the face using a little brush here, like we are painting our face like the Picassos we are. And then we're going to go ahead and once this is all nice and spread out on the face and we are satisfied with our painting, then we're going to go ahead and go into the face with a damp beauty sponge and just begin to blend that all in. So far I have been liking this technique of putting it on with the brush first and then going in with the beauty sponge. I just think it's really nice and it blends out it more evenly than it would if I just went in straight with the beauty sponge. So I think this technique really has changed the way my foundation comes out. So far so good. I really do enjoy the finish and how it turns out. For concealer today, we're going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer, and we're just going to use this to highlight underneath the bags of our under eyes, and then we're also going to put this on my forehead, chin, and a little bit on the nose, and then once again blend it out with a beauty sponge. I really do like this concealer. It is nice and smooth and it doesn't dry down super fast, so I don't have to rush to blend it out. And I think it does hide majority of my bags. It is buildable, which is very nice, but I like the color of it and the finish. It's just so smooth. It doesn't feel so heavy. It feels super lightweight and extra creamy, which is always a bonus. And to set that, I'm going to use the Airspun Loose Setting Powder here, and I'm going to again apply that with my damp beauty sponge that we've been using. I'm just going to take a little bit on the sponge and then begin to lightly pat that underneath the eyes and also where we put concealer. So chin, forehead, nose, just to make sure the concealer does not move, budge, crease, do anything it's not supposed to throughout the day. And I really like applying it with a sponge sometimes because I think it gives a nice finish look. And then for the rest of my face, I'm just going to do the same thing, but with the CoverGirl Loose Setting Powder this time. And again, just apply that on the sponge and then begin to lightly pat it into the face. For bronzer today, we're going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And of course, this smells absolutely divine, so I freaking love this bronzer. And we're going to put that on a brush and then apply some color back onto the forehead, sides of the cheeks, and just add some color back into our face here so we look alive and well. And then for blush today, we're going to be using the Milani Blossom Time blush. And lately, again, guys, blush has been my thing so far. So far, so good. Nothing bad about blush. I don't know why I steered away from it from so long because it really adds everything together and it's a nice touch to the cheeks. So I just apply a little bit onto the cheeks here, not too much, not too little, but definitely want to apply some color there as well. And I really like this Milani blush, so if any of you guys are thinking about using blush, I suggest trying these out first. It's a nice little starter for those of you who haven't tried it yet. For highlight today, we're going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter, and this is in the shade Flower Crown or Golden Crown, I believe. But we are just going to use it today to highlight the high points of our face. So the top points of our cheeks, look at that glow. It is absolutely amazing. I am seriously impressed with these Wet n Wild highlights. I've loved them from the start. I've been using them. They're just so luminous, so glowy. They don't look chunky on the skin. I don't think they accentuate my texture on my skin. It's just an absolutely amazing highlight. It's gorgeous, and this golden color is bomb. Then going into the lower lash line, we're going to pick up the brown shade here in the Soft Glam palette, and again using an e.l.f. brush and just run this from outer corner to inner corner of the lower lash line. Usually I only put like one or two colors here, and that's because I don't want to take away from the lid shade, so we're just going to apply the brown shade here, just buffing that in, and then we're going to take a more deep brown and begin to buffen that into the lower lash line as well, just so everything ties together really nicely. Again, from outer corner to inner corner, linking the bottom lash line to the top lash line of our eyeshadow. And I think adding this deep brown color really does make it a little bit more smoky, and you don't have to add too much. For our liner today, I'm going in with the ColourPop pencil here, and this is in the shade Swerve, and we're just going to tightline our lower lash line as well as tightline the upper lash line, so we get a nice dark kind of smoky eye or smoky lid going on here. For lips today, I'm going in with the ColourPop Villains that they did with Disney, and this is in the shade Hades. And I just went over that with already lined lips in NYX London, and I think this lip color really does tie in with it really nicely. It's not such a deep nude, but it's the perfect shade of nude for this eye look today. Then to set it all off, we're just going to set it with some makeup setting spray, the Milani Make It Dewy. Let that set into the skin for a while, guys. And that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this look, this nice golden rose time look that I had going on for today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and check out my Etsy shop. But other than that, I'll see you next time.